I've got a few things in front of me here to get started with these Insocks. First of all, I've got an Insock pattern here, which we have available for download on ICANMAKESHOES.com. But I have actually already done one. So I'm gonna pop that to the side, but usually I would just cut that out and use that. I have done it so that I've got like a little orange piece at the back, and then I've used sort of a creamy pinky color for the rest of the Insock. This is actually a vegan leather alternative that I've got right here. So I'm gonna start by just literally tracing this out with my silver pen. Okay, now I probably should have used my pattern for this because I need to see where the end of it goes, but I'll just place the top on there so that I can figure it out. And most importantly, you have to add a little 5mm underlay so that your orange piece can sit on top. And then I can go ahead and cut that out. Okay, so then I've got the little piece here for the top, which I'm just gonna trace out of the orange. Okay, so I like to take the glue and just completely coat the orange piece. And then I'm just gonna put a really small edging around there like that. And then we can literally just place that down. Now I really like to just do a little stitch mark around the edge there because I just think it kind of finishes it off and looks nice and neat. But I have made a little mistake here. If you are going to stitch around it, you don't really want to coat the whole piece of orange with glue because that's now going to be quite sticky on my sewing machine, which we don't want. So if you've accidentally done that, as I have, then you can follow this little trick, which is that I'm gonna take a scrap piece of paper and just stick it to the back, and I'm gonna stitch right through the paper, and then I'll just rip the paper off at the end. And that just means that it's not gonna get stuck on the sewing machine as I'm going through. So I'm gonna stitch around that curve just as close as I can to the edge. Okay, so that's stitched really nicely. And once you've done that, you can just go ahead and rip away the paper like that, and it's completely gone from both sides. And now I'm going to put some foam in there because I am just all about that comfort. If you've used one of our patterns, it'll come with a foam pattern, but another thing you can do is sort of just place the Insock right on top of your piece of foam. So I just trace around that roughly, and then I usually trace again on the inside about maybe like 7mm inside that line. So just something like that. And then I'll cut out that inside line, and then we'll just see if we can squeeze the other one in here, if it'll fit. All right, so the next part is easy. All we're gonna do is coat, and I'm using my non-toxic glue again for this. I'm coating the whole underside of the insole sock with glue right up to the edge, and I'll do the same on the foam. So once they've had a bit of time to dry, you can simply place the foam right in the center, sort of like that. Okay, and last but not least, we're actually gonna roughly place this inside the shoe. Oh, damn. Okay, I've made 2 right feet. So that's a hilarious mistake that I've made. So let's hit pause, make the other foot, and I'll be right back. Okay, a quick fix to get that back to the right spot. And as I was saying, we are going to place the Insock inside the shoe. And I'm just using a silver pen to sort of lightly mark where it's going to go to. Now, I always really like to sort of put the silver pen just underneath where it's sitting so that we never see it. So what I mean by that is kind of just place it underneath the Insock. You can almost like peel the insole up a little bit and just place the rough line there. Okay, so you should end up with some guidelines, sort of like that. And especially at the front there, you want to know to what point you should be gluing up to. Okay, we'll quickly do the same thing on the other one, and then we can go ahead and start gluing. Okay, so you'll want to just get a bit of extra glue on the underside of the foam. And then you can just take your glue inside the shoe very carefully and just go right up to those silver pen lines that you've done. Okay, and then we can go ahead and take our Insock and place it in. And then I like to really press it down at the sides to really emphasize the foam. And there we have our finished platforms. I'm absolutely loving how they turned out, especially the orange, which was an unusual choice for me, but I'm very, very happy with how they turned out, and not too difficult either. That's a reasonably quick shoemaking project to get done. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time.